So, funny thing happened on the way to the show today. I was getting prepared to make a ramen meal today, and then I thought, Doug, haven't we done ramen before? And this was very late into the prep. I mean, like 5:45. So we pivoted, which is fine because I think I made this for dinner the other night. This dish, this brothy ginger miso soup with soba noodles, and I was like, why don't I just make that? It's delicious. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna make this gin, sake, lime juice, ginger beer concoction, and we're gonna drink that. And then I don't know. I've got a big ass pot of stock that's doing its thing behind there. Hi, Ping. And it's a white chicken stock. And what does a white chicken stock mean? Do you know what that means, Amy?
I think it means it's clear.
Well, yes. It means that we didn't roast the chicken bones or the chicken parts, and we didn't saute or brown the vegetables. Everything that goes in raw. So you don't get a deep amber color out of it.
There's no caramelizing of things.
Exactly. So this is a much more. It's still. I think what you would get, depending on which stock maker you buy, like boxed or canned stock from, you're going to get either an amber stock or you're going to get a white stock.
Don't you? But you do usually brown the stuff in
When
the.
Yes, when I am making the master stock for Thanksgiving, which is turkey and chicken and the smoked ham hock and all of that, then yes, I do. But I learned a lot. There's a restaurant in England owned by two dudes called Fallow, Fallow, and
was eating my leftovers for her dinner because I forgot them there.
Now that you're just rubbing it in, but so it was funny because I was like, I need to make a meal. This last week that we had this or the week before? It was a day we still weren't feeling 100%.
I think it was this last week.
Well, either way, it was really good, and I knew I had these. So you can go to the store, and Fortune is going to make these yakisoba noodles. Okay, so they're just soba noodles, but they're pre-cooked. They're vacuum sealed, and they do have a packet in there. But hi, Davey. And so you're almost every store I've ever gone to, there's like by your produce section, there's going to be a cold section that has this kind of stuff in it. So you can get that there, and you can
That's like where you get wonton wrappers.
Yes, and you can also get miso there, white miso, yellow miso, and red miso.
What is miso?
Miso is soybeans that has been compressed. It's a soybean paste that's been fermented. So white soybean paste is the youngest, and it is the most mellow of the flavors. Usually miso soup is made, I believe, with white miso. Yellow is intermediary, and the red is the most fermented. Ooh, what? Tuna noodle casserole. We never really have eaten the tuna casserole.
We ate tuna casserole when Carmen lived here. She made it for us. Right. And I was like, this is the first time I've ever eaten tuna casserole.
All right, let's talk about this stock real quick.
I liked it.
It was good. I mean, I remember eating it.
It's just not, I didn't grow up with it, so it's not anything I think like, oh, we should make tuna casserole.
It's something weird because tuna casserole is cheap.
Well, depending on what ingredients you put in it.
Well, yeah, but you put a bag of frozen peas and tuna and some, I don't know, cream cheese or whatever the hell it goes into it, and dried noodles, and you can feed a family of 7 pretty easily. So what's happening in here right now is that we are simmering the last of this, or the last part of this. What's in there is a white onion, 2 carrots, 3 celery stalks, a small fennel head, a handful of peppercorns, and chicken backs and chicken feet.
Ew.
So I almost didn't use I almost didn't buy the chicken feet because I was looking at them in the case, and when they're not standing on their chicken feet like this,
they're like this.
Well, they're kind of turned over, and then it looks like 3 fingers and a thumb, so it looks like I'm cooking alien hands. So it was.
You should save those for your
It
Halloween.
was weird.
But what you learned was the chicken feet are actually quite important to the stock.
And that is exactly right. Thank you for telling me that. So what I like about the videos that this restaurant Fallow puts up is that they're a fancy restaurant, but what their philosophy is that like to cook simply, but also just like the things you can do. And like they showed how to make like a stock butter sauce, which is kind of where I got the idea for the butter cream sauce that we had last week.
Mm.
I
know we were talking about those today.
Amy and I talked about like we should have made pierogies again because they were so good. I mean,
so the word fallow, like that's like when you leave a field to go fallow, right? Isn't that the word? When you let it rest or you let it go to seed,
I think so.
You leave it alone.
Yes, that sounds correct.
Isn't that the word?
I think so.
Well, your guess is as good as mine. I've heard the word, but I don't. I know it is food adjacent. I don't know if it's direct.
It has to do with farming.
Probably. Yes, it does. I don't know why I said probably. So this is what I've done here for the last, hour. Every so often, this is another trick I learned, is that a float happens, and if you want your stock to be nice and clear, whenever it starts to foam, that's called what they call a float. And so you skim the float off, and what I saw him do, which makes a ridiculous amount of sense, is he takes a bowl of cold water and he goes into the soup, which is hot, and he goes around the middle, so he's forcing stuff to the outside. You can't see this, but when you come out, he just goes around in any of the fat that has come up to the top. But because it's cold water, you go in there. Oh, and look at that. It's clean.
Oh.
Because the fat instantly hits the cold water and clings to the colder water because it congeals.
Huh.
And since this is still hot to a certain point, and I was like, I went like this.
That's science.
Science, amazing.
Yes,
I'm like a scientist over here. So
very interesting.
I thought it was amazingly interesting, and I thought, okay, well, when I was like, I'm gonna try that. And then today when I was doing it, I was like, I'll be damned. And so it made me like, I'm gonna go back and watch all of their videos now because I think like that's a small, useful bit of information that you don't necessarily think you're gonna need very often. But I make a lot of stuff.
You do, yeah.
So that's a type of thing that is something I would do. What I would recommend, they have a whole stock where they make fish stock, beef stock, vegetable stock. But they spend a lot of time on the chicken stock because they make two varieties of the chicken stock. So, and then you just clear it out and you start again so that when it gets there. So this is going to go for another 10 or so minutes, and then we're going to.
Gosh, I'm looking at your face, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not great with the camera work still.
It's only 5.5 years later.
Yeah, right.
It's totally cool. We're gonna get there.
This is as good as it gets, folks.
All right. So what is going on in this stock? First of all, the weather here has cooled down. We had the other night at what was like 1:45 a.m. or some shit like that.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I'm sitting. I'm a psycho.
Did you hear that?
And
yeah, I was still up and
same. And I was doing stuff, and all of a sudden, I'm in my office, and I had just let the dogs back inside. It was not raining when I let them outside.
But the weird thing is, it had been raining pretty much all day.
Yeah, exactly.
And night, evening. And then
it all of a sudden, the might have been one of the loudest thunder cracks I've ever heard.
Okay, so as loud as that one was, I had one louder in Niagara Falls about the same time at night. And I swear, I got up to see if someone blew up the falls because I felt it.
Whoa.
It was that
Oh.
I said this one shook the house.
Yeah, no, it definitely shook the house, and it was like,
The lightning struck at the ranch.
Yeah.
Right there on disc.
It was so loud that I was like, I thought that our neighbors, like, I thought somebody had driven into our house.
Yeah.
It was that big of a crash. I knew it wasn't our house because our friends Randy and Sarah, who had somebody drive into their house, remember the whole house shaking. So I was like, well, that didn't happen, but it was crazy.
But
So,
it's weird that you would have thunder and lightning like that, like in the middle of a storm.
it was
Yeah.
very weird.
Yeah.
It's like,
The
and
only
it didn't happen again.
No.
Well, the thunder rumbled a little.
There was
bit.
two more. There was two. So there was that really big one, and then a second one, and that's when I came in and opened the window because it was pissing rain.
Yeah.
Like I went out front to check to make sure what the streets look like because sometimes if it's coming down that hard, the drains can't keep up, and the street was flooded. Like there was so like sheeting water coming off of all of the driveways, which is not easy because they're all cobblestone pavers. I mean,
Yeah.
But still, so
yeah, that was crazy.
it was really crazy. And the fact is that, and what's funny is that we listen to thunderstorm sounds at night on Alexa, and so I was like, we have to turn that off so you can actually hear the real. It was pretty great, but it was very, very loud. And I think my theory on that
What's
is
going on with that carrot? Got two legs?
it's got a little
Got a little nubbin?
deciduous thumb. That's a good word, deciduous.
Vestigious.
Vestigious, that's right. Sorry. Yes, I knew it was the right word, but just the wrong letter.
Vestigial? We still don't have it right.
I think it's right. It's
Eh,
whatever. It's in the ballpark.
Why aren't you putting that in the compost?
I don't know because I don't have a bowl right now, and so
Lime bag.
So what have I been doing here while I'm sitting here? Mostly, I got two medium carrots. We have broccoli that I've made into, and I'm probably going to take and split some of these bigger pieces because you want it to be bite size and not overwhelming. So
Ping says, I like the vestigial. Thank you. I like the magic shop Pepin does with making consomme. Basically scoops the broth into the raft and it clarifies.
Yep. I've seen that too.
I don't know what that means. What's the raft?
The raft is the foam that comes up.
Oh.
That is what I think. Again, it's kind of like when if you're a home mechanic and you know how you can do it, but then you take it to somebody who's like whole job every single day is to like do it over and over and over again, and you're like, yeah, you know more about this than I do. But you can sort of talk. But I do like I just like how fancy this feels in terms of. And actually, I'm going to turn this down a little bit too. The other thing that he said was you don't need to boil the shit out of that. Put it on a medium boil and let it roll. Why, you ask? Well, because the bigger the boil, the more that oil in the raft is going to float to the top. It's the raft. If you've got it on a hard boil, the water comes up and it scoops it and it brings it back down. And all it's doing is circulating that through it and harder for you to get it to be into a clarified state. So, consomme is a whole nother beast though, Ping. I mean, like that is the whole goal of consomme really, right? Is that it is incredibly clear. There's no particulates in it. It is Yeah.
So we are talking about the chicken feet and how they're important.
Collagen.
Teresa's mom would be so proud.
Well, it's so funny you say that, Denise, because I said something about I brought this up to Amy that I'm gonna start adding chicken feet into the stocks that I make, and she was like, "It's so gross," and I'm like, "Yeah, but there's an importance to it, and the more connective tissue you have, the better it is, and so it breaks it down." So,
whoa, crazy!
I have another pot of water here boiling. This is going to be we're gonna boil the soba noodles in this, not directly in the stock, and then we're gonna put them in a bowl, and then we're gonna build everything in the bowl and pour the broth over the top of it, so that way the broth goes over and warms everything and cooks it up. The other thing is in that refrigerator, Denise, there is a partial smoked chicken that I need to bring out, and I'll have to break that down. I have 4 cloves of garlic. I have ginger, which I have more ginger, but we're going to slice it pretty thin. And same thing with this. And every time last time I was slicing the ginger thin, not the ginger thin, but the garlic thin, I was thinking about that scene in Goodfellas where they're in the prison and they're slicing garlic with a razor blade to get it super razor thin, and you're like, I was like, and it's funny because I think Alton Brown or one of those guys talks about that scene in one of the shows, and it's like nobody needs garlic to be that thin. But this is because what we want is it thin so it cooks really well, but also has a little bit of a tooth to it so that it tastes. You get the garlic in it, but it also mellows everything as it goes. And if we do that with this, it's going to be the same. So, this is a meal of mise en place. Realistically, we are getting everything ready, and it's going to come together. So, I'm going to cut this into very thin matchsticks, and I'm going to chop these just into size. And then you don't have to be fancy here. I do recommend having a sharp knife. You're going to save yourself a little bit of time if you do it that way. So you could also I recommend that way. You have much more stable surface.
I was gonna say that looked a lot easier.
Yeah. So, but you want about 1.5 cups of this carrots. So just keep that in mind as you're. Oh, you need to take the tip off. Just the tip. So there is I don't know if you are on the TikTok or not, but there's this couple and they listen to they're a black couple who listen to like all different kinds of music, and like they have some musical training themselves, but and they really like when they hear something that they're like not familiar with because either they weren't raised with it or whatever, they're like, oh damn, and it's like it's really cool to watch, and like but then they sing and like look at, and that was one of the first times I was like, oh, they're musically trained because when they sing they're very good singers, but also talking about like how's it go, and then that, and I was, but the other day they were listening to Goodbye Earl by the Chicks, and and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that song. I love that song. So caught myself listening to it the other day. Still pretty good. What else is going on? We did week 6 of our class this week. That was fun.
Yeah.
Next week will be good too because it's a continuation basically of this week. I mean, they're all continuations of each other, but literally this is like chapter 6 and 7 go together. So, or week 6 and 7. So.
Yeah.
And then we have to basically program a class of which they work on their own. So, because I'm going to golf camp, so that's the weekend. What's that? 18th?
Yeah.
18th, I will not be here, so there will be no show. And then in 2 weeks after that, we'll be back for a week. And then we'll be off again because we will be in Napa, Sonoma for Wine Country Weekend that we do every year. So.
Oh, speaking of, I have a list of, so we know when to make the reservation at Alto Omega.
Oh, we also need to secure a dog sitter.
Yeah.
So.
Her name is Denise Middle. Just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna just again matchsticks.
Matchsticks.
I'm sure there's a faster way to do this. I'm sure it has to do with stacking and. That's another thing I think is like when you're watching professional chefs who like are so trained in chopping that like I do this a lot. Like I do a lot of chopping and I still don't trust to do it at a speed that is considered what they would be like. They're probably looking at me like, oh, you're slow. But the other thing is too is I just can't tuck my fingers. It's something that feels comfortable to me. It's probably why I don't have the tip of my thumb.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we gotta get you some of that stop bleeding stuff for the camping trip.
What I think I'm gonna buy is buy one of those like chainmail gloves. So I probably wouldn't wear it because I wouldn't be able to tactile they feel. You know what I mean? Listen. The same field medic will, basically will be there. So I'll make sure to bring sticker powder, super glue, thread and needle if we need to. I don't know. We just need to get one of those curved needles, right?
I don't think you want anybody putting stitches in you in a campground. But
okay.
You do you.
You do you, boo.
Listen, like I said before on this show, if I die with all of my fingers, especially my thumb on my left hand, well, I guess I did it. So there's a lot of moaning and groaning going on.
Oh.
He's been longingly staring out the door like he's a, 18th century.
Is the bunny still out there?
Bunnies.
Oh yeah, there's baby. Well, I don't know if it's a baby, but it's a baby. It's a little one. So what other brothy soups do people like? Because there's all kinds of different ones. Like miso, which is
Miso soup.
It's pretty great. Korea has Jeonjangguk, and then chicken soup, obviously, regular chicken soup. There's something about the collagen and about the way that this is made that, I don't know, brothy soups, like war wonton soup, when I'm not feeling good, that's what I want, is war wonton soup. And I was thinking if I can get a good base broth down, then I can make my own war wonton soup. Just make my own war wonton. Minestrone. Ugh.
Yeah. I was looking at this that warm food triggers serotonin and dopamine release, and that the soup's smell, texture, and rhythm of eating, like you slurp, you sip, you breathe, and you take your time, mimics mindfulness rituals. I like that.
Well, I think that is. I mean, you can't just. If you try and take down hot soup just by glug, you're gonna have a bad time. So it is good. Plus, some soups with just good crackers. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I think pho counts.
Oh, fly definitely counts. And what's funny is I need to. I made pho once, and it was excellent. I should try it again. Maybe that'll be a wintry thing where I'm making pho and what's the thing I like? The sandwich?
On me.
Banh mi. That's it. Banh mi sandwiches. They're like imperial rolls. Oh. I just like Asian delicacies. Like Asian food is probably my favorite type of food. So now this is a recipe that is about for 4-ish people, depending on the size of them. But you could easily scale this to have a lot more.
Italian weddings.
I made
Is that the one with the little pearl noodles in it?
Yes.
I like that.
I made a tomato lentil soup.
That was really good too.
It was very good, and I was like, I'm not a lentil eater. It was not a thing I ever had growing up, but it was very, very good. Like had a little spice to it, but had a good body, and the tomato flavor was super deep.
Yeah,
and it was
very rich.
Very, very, very good. One of the things where I was like, oh, I'm full, like really full.
Yeah.
But soups are good because they're mostly vegetables and stock.
Yeah.
And with Weight Watchers for Amy, it's 0 points for most of that stuff.
Yep.
So we've been pleasantly surprised after dinner a few nights this week where I'm like, how many points do you have left? And she's like, 15. I'm like, what? It's crazy. So let's take a look at this. I think. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's give her a quick taste. Use a soup spoon. Why not?
What?
Oh man, smells really good. Aromatic. No salt. I don't know. I don't think we need salt for it. We'll get that later with the soy sauce and other stuff for this. But the other thing that the fallow place has is that they have these big copper pots.
Oh yeah,
that have spigots on them, and so they drain them they drain all of the stuff that's at the bottom, and if it's rafting to the top, all the impurities and stuff like that, then it's like. So this guy just was taking like a wine or like a water glass and filling it up and sleeping. I was like, you guys are weird. So I think we're good here. So now, what do we need? Well, we need a food mill. What's your food mill, Doug? That's a great question. Whoever asked that.
What's your food mill, Doug?
That's perfect. Perfect. I like it. This is the food mill. Amazing. And this, actually, we're not going to do that yet. No, we are going to do that. All right. Now we're going to strain it twice. I know what I'm doing.
Clearly.
Denise. There's
Isn't that gonna be heavy?
chicken foot looking at me.
Ew! Ugh. I'm not looking in that pot. Ooh.
Each of you run away. Eat it.
Hi everybody.
Something's wrong.
It looks like a foot. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
It looks like a hand.
Yes. There's a lot of this in here still that I don't want to lose. So. Now, I've never made like a white stock like this before. I always make brown ones or amber ones because Thomas Keller comes up again. He basically says that like it's kind of a lifeblood of a kitchen because that's and what Fallow talks about is that when they make their food, right? They basically
Can you push the gin to the side so we can see what's going on? Thank you.
They basically use chicken stock or fish stock or whatever it is instead of water. They never use water for almost anything. So, like, I didn't use that until I think the last time I made a soup that I used it to strain stuff. But
so now if you have to strain it again.
Now, I don't think we need to strain this one again. Well, yes, I do. And I'll show you why.
What changed your mind?
Because at the bottom, there's a bunch of particulates.
Ah. But here's my question. What are you going to strain it into?
Well, you have to dirty things. Another thing.
Of course you do. And next on How Many Dishes Are Dug Dirty?
Listen, I don't want to do this.
I think you do.
No, I don't. I did all of the dishes and put them all away in preparation for this.
I know.
So I should get some credit for that. Amy bought new dog kennels for the dogs because the old ones, well, they weren't really doing anything. And the new ones have doors at the end, and I was looking at the doors. So the old ones, like the doors open all the way. Now the problem with that is that they're not, it's really hard to be compact when you're doing that. And so, yeah, I ended up putting it together, and then I was like, I don't think these doors.
I don't think these dogs are going to fit through these doors.
That's exactly it. That's what I meant to say. And then I realized, no, the ones on the side, which is why Amy got them in the first place, are able to be opened, and they're bigger. So you're gonna see when I pour this out what's left in this in the cheesecloth here.
Jackie, get out of the kitchen.
There's always going to be some sort of particulates left because it's just, you can't get everything out of whatever.
It's going to be clear.
It will. This is going to help with the clarity for sure. Thanks, Ping. It does look gorgeous. I agree. This will be even more present when you cook an amber one, but pretty gross.
It's all just food. So it's not that
No, you can eat it. I wouldn't, but you can. And you can see, look at that grossness on the bottom. So,
good job.
so now we have what I would consider a pretty clear soup. Now, this needs to just hang out while we put everything together here. So, well, let's make sure.
You don't want to put it back on the heat?
I do. Nope, I got it. I got it. Chicken feet special over here.
Yeah.
So now this is ready, realistically. You can let this continue to reduce, only going to intensify the flavor of it. You can add ginger and miso and green onion and other things to it, and it will take on those flavors really, really nicely, which is why it's a very good idea. So now I need ginger, and I'm just going to, again, I'm going to slice it very thin. Well, you should get yourself one of these vegetable cleavers with a thin, sharp blade. Very good for this. If you have a very teeny tiny mandolin, and not the instrument, but the cutting device. Oh.
Did you tell him?
I have not told him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. An interesting thing happened to me at the dump today. And that is all I'll say. That's a preview, so stick around for that. Hey, do me a favor. We have hit 226 followers.
Nice.
Like we've had a nice pump up. I appreciate that. We've had 5 in the last month. If you are watching this and you are currently not subscribed to this show and you would like to be, hit the subscribe button, and then if you hit the little bell next to it, that allows you to see when we go live. And also, you should like this video. I appreciate when you do that. We had 107 on this one. We had 112 a couple weeks ago. Apparently on the fails, people don't like those because the candy bar episode did not go over as well as it could have. So that's, I'm going to do a little bit, I'm going to do one more, smaller, because it's in the name. So.
And it's good. It's good for you.
Ginger. So this is a thing that you should, if you have ginger left over in an application like this, grate it up, boil it in some water, add I don't know, some honey to it, and drink it. It will make your life real nice. So honey and ginger is real good. Or you can you can mince up it with some garlic and put some honey in a jar and let that just kind of hang out and ferment, and you could have fermented honey and ginger, and it's also really good on stuff. I mean, we use a lot of ginger in our cooking. Does everybody else use ginger in their cooking? Or is it just like recipe specific and you get some and then it kind of sits in your cabinet and dries up or sprouts?
Wrinkles up.
Yeah. If I notice that it's starting to sprout, I attempt to try and plant it, but some days it's better than others. Speaking of things I planted that I just ignored and then they still did things, is this is a month ago or more. We had an avocado for something. I think it was one of the things, like an avocado dressing that we were making for one of the weekly meal things. And anyways, I was like, I told it at the time, I'm like, I'm gonna keep this, but I personally have never had success where you put the toothpicks in it and then you put the pit in water and then it sprouts up and does its thing. Not a thing that has happened for me. Every time it rots and you just end up throwing it away. But every time that I have just taken that pit, thrown it in some dirt, it has come up and it has been a plant. And that is exactly what happened here. It was one of those situations where I planted it, I gave it a lot of water to start, and I walked away from it. And then I went like this. Oh shit! I planted that. I probably was watering the other plants, and because I was watering the other plants, I noticed it. I was like, huh, well. So I would give it a little water at a time, and turns out, well, I looked over there when I was taking everything off of the dog beds, because we have these 2 metal like containers, and then all the plants sit on that on top of the dog beds.
Because Doug is a notorious overwaterer and it spills out.
It's true. But
so now it's contained.
I was like, I'll be damned. There's like a little, 4-inch stalk out of it. Yeah. So
something's happening.
Yeah. Like to get the green onions out of the refrigerator. I think they're if they're not in the bottom, they're right there. There they are. Found them. Andy found them, everybody. With the cheese, which is where you put green onions.
They weren't with the cheese. They were up top. Oh, yeah, they were with the cheese. Never mind. What was that?
Just a piece of garlic. Don't worry. Ginger turmeric rice. Huh. It seems like it might be 2 rhizomes too many. 1 rhizome too many for rice. I don't know if I'd really like the ginger rice. So this is also the same thing. Like I said, we're slicing this and we're just doing it thin. But this did give me an idea while I was thinking about that scene in Goodfellas for next week's episode, which is we need to find, and this is where you could all help. We need to find movie sides that are like a thing that is like that's like a big thing in a movie. So like in Pulp Fiction, it's like
$5 shake count.
What's funny is that was my first go-to was a $5 shake, and but then the other part, I mean, Pulp Fiction in general is what came to my mind because it was like the big Kahuna burger, and then he drinks the Sprite and he's eating the fries, and it's like
some real good coffee.
Yeah, Don't tell me my coffee's good, Jules. I know my coffee's good because I buy it myself. Bonnie buys it, she buys shit.
I can't really think of.
So
let's see off the top of my. Oh. In the menu.
There was I thought about doing the mousse bouche.
Yeah.
Because those, they're a way to, and I definitely thought about the menu was another one that came up, and I was like, but in that it's like, okay, what tortillas and butter or whatever it is. They are tortillas.
These are called tortillas.
Yeah.
In the Pizzelle, is it Pizzelle or Pizzelli?
I don't remember.
Anywho, it had a little recipe book, and it had some good things that sounded really good.
There's always things like desserts. I think show up a lot more in movies in terms of like what's.
Yeah, Parmesan and onion. Sounds good. Oh, a little bit lemon and dill. Chocolate pizzelle. Pizzelle cannoli. You should try some of these too.
Pizzelle.
Pizzelli. Pizzelle. Husmerkens. With a long E.
Let's make a cocktail while we're waiting for a few things to happen here.
Well, anywho, however you pronounce it.
Fried green tomatoes. There's a whole movie
Just
named after
fried green tomatoes. I've never had
that.
that.
I haven't even.
It's a great point, Denise, that fried green tomatoes didn't come up for me when I was thinking about it.
Oh shit! Sorry.
What other
It's good.
silly and then
Ratatouille
Angry
came up with
Italians.
a lot of with like Ratatouille itself, but Ratatouille is a very long, like kind of involved
Yeah.
process and it has eggplant in it, which we hate.
Do not
So that's why I've never thought about doing it on the show because it's gross.
Pronounce all the vowels in Italian. Okay. So the E.
So basically, you're pronouncing all the vowels in Italian and every syllable in Hawaiian.
Every vowel as well.
Yeah, that's why. So that's why I was really good at it because when we were in Hawaii, I would say something and I was like yeah, I can live here. Okay, so this is funny because this recipe that I'm making is not the recipe I have written down.
Cool.
It sort of is. So I'm doing 1.5 ounces, 1 ounce of gin. And really, this is a total meal. It's soup, so I think it skirts the line because soup accompanies the meal. But, yeah, I think a $5 shake really came to mind.
Yeah.
But also, there's always ice cream. Like that's another one, like desserts. I can make the Ziggy Piggy from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Ziggy Piggy, eat the pig. Napoleon eats it. This is just the sake that we've had before. Sake. And then I'm doing a 1/2 ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed.
Dog hair. What meal would be complete?
And then
Honey simple syrup.
I think that's what this is.
Something fermented?
It's not something fermented. There's something green in there.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's not honey then.
No. How about cinnamon simple syrup?
No.
I thought I had regular simple syrup in here. Apparently not.
There's one back there.
Oh, there's two back here. It could be anything though. Oh, this has got to be.
What's the other one?
I'll take it out when we're done. My guess is this is the brown. This might be the brown sugar one we made. It is. Okay.
Maybe you should start labeling those.
I do. I have in the past, and then it gets cold, and then the glue it falls off. We're just doing a little 1/2 ounce here. We don't need too much. Okay. And then I'm gonna shake the shit out of this. Ew is correct. Now, it also did smell a little bit fermented, but that would just be mean. And we could be okay with that. I don't know how this is going to be, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's going to be good. Throw that in there. I'm going to throw this on top of here. All right. We're going to take our good friend here, ginger beer. The old cock and bull. Ha ha ha. A 12-year-old owns this company. I mean,
kind of feel like I'm a guinea pig or a lab rat here.
Nah, I think it's going to be good.
Beignets.
Oh yeah, we should just watch Chef because they eat the beignets when on the cross country trip. They eat a lot of things, so that might be a good place to start. If you haven't watched Chef with John Favreau, it's a really excellent movie.
Great movie.
He slips it in there between his time at Iron Man and his time at Star Wars. So.
That's good.
It is?
Says with a question. It is?
What's it taste like?
Tastes like a zhuzhed up ginger beer.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's what I was going for.
Well, you nailed it then.
You fucking nailed it. Okay. Do a shaky shake here. Poury pour here. Well, hello, Ian. I don't think it's super spicy. I don't know. What's up? Bottoms up. That's actually really delightful. It's not super spicy at all. Oh, I should drink more of those. Those are good.
There was one that we got. What did you say? Barrett. Oh, and Fever Tree.
Oh,
Fever Tree we did not like, I don't think.
I can't remember. I think it was too spicy. Too spicy for the pepper, they might say. Or at least Francine Smith would say.
I don't remember that it was too spicy. I just didn't like it.
I think you should make the golden roll favorite.
Cheesecake? I don't think we've actually done a cheesecake on here.
Cheesecakes take forever to cook.
We had a almost 2-hour episode last week.
I know.
So
Only intermediate, you burn the shit out of it. Unless your dad's little heart ate it anyway.
Yes, he did.
my dad just likes food. I was thinking about.
No, my dad ate it.
Oh, your dad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I made somebody. No, I made him a cheesecake, in which was too dry. You know, it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, still sweet. That's what he told me.
Still sweet.
Ooh, that is quite great.
You want to taste it?
It's really good. Like,
Refreshing.
yeah, it's super refreshing, and it's the I think the ratio of stuff is really good. This is a what is that? Jume Daijinjo. I think that's, if I'm remembering, sake, and there's a different types of sake, but this one is one of the ones that when we did the sake episode with the sake drinking, it was really good. So I don't think have we had Barrett's before?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that might be an East Coast thing, but no. Okay, I need bowls.
Need chicken.
I got chicken.
Okay.
We need another one of those big chicken, one of these bowls.
Yeah.
You can use the big ones.
Well, I can also just use a big. That's what I would think. Okay, so I don't drink. I mean, it's funny. I never think of drinking like or having ginger beer in anything that does not have alcohol in it for whatever reason, even though it is an alcoholic at all. So. Yes. Yes.
Those are for looking, Deefy.
Yeah, those are for looking, not for cooking. Gonna need that. Did not make the greatest sound, but that's how it is.
So I'm not understanding what you're saying. You don't think of just drinking ginger beer by itself?
Yeah, ever.
Like you would a root beer.
Or ginger ale.
Huh. I guess I don't either.
So I was thinking about turkeys today.
Turkey for you and turkey for me.
Turkey lurkey doodle and a turkey lurkey dee.
Are you getting excited for Thanksgiving?
Yes, I am already started planning. I planned golf camp, and then I was like, well, that was easy, and then I was like,
Started planning Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. Almost did something I wasn't going to do. Okay.
Do you know how many people we're having?
Not yet. Anybody want to come to Thanksgiving?
That's true.
These chickens have a lot of meat in them. You just got to get it out. Use your fingers. I made this instead of getting a rotisserie chicken from like Costco. Because, while it is cheaper to buy one of those cooked than it is to buy an uncooked chicken and make it yourself, there's something deeply satisfying about making a roast chicken.
Plus, the ones you get from the grocery store are injected with all kinds of sugar water.
True that. But
salt.
The episode of The Bear where he's talking to Thomas Keller, and they're talking about he's making like family dinner at a restaurant, and microwaved egg breakfast with mayo and a little egg on the back. What? Yeah.
I love me some deviled eggs.
But he is talking about how he shows him how to like truss a chicken and like what's he say? I always forget it, but it's like basically, that you should just take your time with things and like that every day come in. Like they basically said, "How are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm doing okay." He goes, "Well, the secret to all of this is that you just every day you get up and you come in here and try to do a little bit better than you did the day before." And I told Amy, I'm like, I tell people that's like a motto I have, like tell people all the time. And so I was like, I should go try to get a reservation at the French Laundry.
We talked about going to the French Laundry this time.
Well, why are we not going?
Because I don't want to afford the French Laundry.
Okay. But we already do afford the French Laundry.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, we only live once.
It's true. Okay, take an egg, a blorp of mayo, mix well, put in a wee bit of softened butter and salt if you want it, whisk the hell out of it, toss it into small ramekin, and microwave. Huh. So look up there in that cabinet. On the right, that ceramic thing. Up to the right. Yeah, that.
That's an egg cooker thing.
I know. I want to show it.
Brr.
So this, Deefy, you can take that mixture and you put it in there and you microwave that, and then your egg fits on your bagel.
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
It's called the bagel. BEGG-EL.
The egg hole.
The bagel. Very clever, everybody.
Yeah, it's $1,500 a couple.
Well.
Reasonable.
Right?
That's how much the wine was you're picking up.
Hey, did you order Era?
No, but you're picking up a big long pack of singles and all their singles in here.
Okay, well, they're telling me I'm getting 2 Eras, so I better email them and say
No, I'm not.
no.
Yeah, he said remind him about my thing and he'll try it out. If you remember that.
All I'm doing is giving this just a kind of a rough chop, and I'm mixing. You want to. The thing I learned about soup is if you make chicken stock with a whole chicken, totally cool. You can totally do that. But what you're going to get is you're going to get meat that is not good. And if you try and use that meat in a soup, it's just not going to be good. There's no flavor left in it. Everything that you wanted out of that chicken is in the stock. So, like, do yourself a favor and you'll make a separate chicken and you'll be like, this seems stupid, but just take some chicken breasts or chicken thighs, get them, in an oven, roast them up, and it doesn't take too long. And that's what you're going to use, because realistically, once you get them in there, you can even do the move here where you just kind of shred it a little bit. And even after you cut it, you're going to want to do that because you want to have these little pieces of chicken that you want to have it covered, that soup just covered in it, right? We finished the bear. Did we say that last week?
I don't think so.
No. So good.
So good. King's asking how long is this soup going to take?
Not very long. It's going to come together in a few minutes.
Before you build your bowls, you want to find your treasure.
Yes.
I have it ready for you.
All right. So I went to the dump today.
I'm quick all the way around.
And when I went to the dump, usually they say, don't pick anything from the dump. Okay? But I was there, and in the dump, I noticed there was like a bunch of stuff that looked like it was just like tossed away. There was like a drum set, like an adult drum set, and I noticed a case. The case that I'm currently holding. Now at the dump, they say, no picking! But I couldn't
Turn around
pick.
so we can see the case.
So I find this case. Yes, it is in the shape of a coffin because it's called a coffin case. But what is inside the coffin case there is a Jackson electric guitar.
It was the flattest vampire ever in it.
But it's a, look at me, I'm playing the guitar. Self-taught. No lessons. Best guitar player in the world. You're a moron. Anyways, as far as I can tell, I mean, I haven't plugged it in or anything like that.
That's a cursed guitar.
It might be. But it has...
You're gonna get haunted.
It has extra string in it. It has there's tools, there's all kinds of stuff. And I saw it, I didn't even open it. I just saw the case and I was like,
if you're gonna pick at the dump, you gotta be quick.
very quick. I threw it in the back and I drove out. So if it's a Jumanji
That's
guitar,
a Jumanji of guitars.
what is it? What is it going to be if I play it? Then all of a sudden I'm just sucked into all of a sudden like a hair metal band from
You're gonna grow a tail tomorrow.
1986 pops out. All right, rock and roll. That's my rock and roll voice. If you don't know, everybody's got one. Okay.
So that type of guitar is. Did you already say it specifically for?
It's for heavy metal. Jackson makes very good guitars for heavy metal.
He plays it and grows a band mullet. You never know.
You never know. All right, so this is just going to go in for a minute while we get the bowl and everything else kind of ready to go.
So I did not know that buckwheat is actually a seed, not a grain.
Oh, yes. What were you looking up buckwheat for?
This says it's.
Oh, yes.
This says it's high in antioxidants and fiber, and it soba symbolizes longevity in Japan. It's served for birthdays and New Year's Eve.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What else we got on this thing? umami.
Umami.
So that's, that's that like.
It's the miso, the soy sauce, and the chicken stock all contain glutamates.
And those glutamates are like that extra flavor, right? So it makes everything just taste more foody. So these are just going to separate real quick and they don't have to go for very long. And then we'll drain them out. But all you're really wanting to do is warm them through. The other thing we need to do is we need to take this bowl and this white miso. And we need to that's page 1. Here we go. Miso. So I'm going to take 3 to 4 tablespoons. I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of this. We're going to add it to this bowl. We're not going to add it into the bowls themselves because we need enough, basically, sort of like tempering ice cream in a way. You want it to kind of do its own thing here. Try to put everything together. So,
Denise, you went estate sailing and got many, many, many treasures.
I did.
What was the best treasure you got?
I would say those, I think they're called Plinko games, or they're the Asian gambling machines that the metal balls drop down.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 of them for $40.
Cool. And you got a glass washboard.
Glass washboard, a glass palmolive soap dispenser that hangs on the wall.
Yeah, that thing's cool. That's the kind where you go like that, right?
Yeah.
You push it up. Yeah. Nifty.
I filled the inside of my trunk.
Wow. Very successful.
A car bar.
You love those car bars.
They remind me of my
So
grandpa.
funny.
Not that it was safe to have a bar in the car.
No,
Usually the children would
absolutely.
drive at that point.
okay, that's all. This is all you need to do.
Pachinko, yes. Thank you, Pam.
Chinko? Plinko was like on a.
That's how Price is Right.
Yeah, there you go. Chinko. Turn the heat off.
Nope.
Oh no.
I need that. Okay, so now I'm going to take chicken broth, and we're going to just warm it up because we're going to put the aromatics in it, and then it's going to come, and then we serve it that way.
Okay.
Okay, so we need 8 cups of broth. Good thing I have this one right here, and I have a ladle.
Ladle, ladle, ladle. No, that's not right, honey. Ladle.
It's like that is a ladle. I don't. What are we talking about here?
Like a look on his face, like what? What's happening right now? Well, these were the guesses for what was inside the. There was the world's flattest vampire. Mummy jerky.
Oof.
Teriyaki flavored mummy jerky. And then that's the Jumanji of guitars. That's funny.
Almost there, everybody. Don't worry. I should have just stuck it in. That's what she said.
I was kind of wondering why you didn't just stick it in, but then I was thinking maybe it was too wide. Whoa.
Okay. Into the pot, we are adding the garlic and the ginger. Oh, don't go put it in the wrong one, Doug. Okay, and then we're also adding, we need the scallion whites. Okay. You know that if you keep your green onions wrapped in a little bit of moist paper towel, that it will help them not dry out and get weird? That might need water. Oh, I'm gonna need a new paper towel.
Are those the
No, the bamboo. Sorry.
Yeah, are those the bamboo paper towels?
No, they are not.
Because you hate them.
They are no good. No bueno.
Oh boy, no.
And we're layering. What this just gets to is we're like kind of layering the flavor action here. And then we'll get the bowls ready. But we're going to take the tips off of here. Just the tip. Is it not a thing we're doing anymore? I'm going to take care of that.
You're speedy when it comes to that.
Because I'm not thinking about it.
You are now.
Right. That's why it's going sideways. I think that the secret to a lot of this is, in soups, especially when you're getting to this point, is that there's a layering of flavors that is happening, that you're adding, different aromatic sweet than we cooked with into this. And that's going to, again, get us to a point on the broth that is going to be great. So that's going to take like 2 minutes to do this thing. Then we're going to add the carrots and that. So we're going to take this miso. We're going to take 2 of these ladles, which is about a half a cup each. Right now. And then you're just going to take and get our good friend. You didn't think he was not going to make an appearance. You're just going to give him a stir. And then this will go back into the big bowl.
So if you were to just dump the miso paste in the big thing, what would happen?
It would not, I don't think, break up the way you want it to, and it would not, you would have clumps.
It'd be harder to incorporate.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of like when you put a little corn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So a cornstarch and then.
Yeah.
And also, you want to make sure that the heat is off on that.
When you add that?
Yeah, not like Glenn Fry, who wants the heat on.
Goober. I love you, man. But you're a goober.
I am a goober. That is correct. That is correct. Okay. That carrot is also going to add a lot of color to things.
Brighten it up. This is when Deefy said it might have been easier to bring the pot to the counter. Are we out of, or somebody said that. Are we out of,
no,
I just didn't
prepare myself correctly. You know,
All right.
I left the house after 6 p.m. So, because as I said at the beginning of the show, if you weren't here, I had to pivot. Okay, I now need to get toasted sesame seeds.
Oh yeah.
I need to get sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, and a drink. That is really tasty. Like, surprisingly tasty for me. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is we need these because you always garnish with these. Nothing goes to waste. That's why they use things like chicken feet.
Chicken toes. Mm.
Yep. The chicken toes.
Remember when they gave that raw chicken wing to Paul and it was like flapping on the side of his mouth as he was chewing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
You were
it
traumatized.
scarred me for life.
That was 13 years ago, I think.
This is 2 weekends in a row. You probably got.
It is. That really. I think about it often.
Biting on one end and the other one's going.
Out of a little dog's mouth.
Well, you were trying to, like, I was trying to escape. Yeah. So with everything off, when this is, we got maybe a few minutes because all we really want is with this being so slow with everything, we're just blanching the vegetables so they get a little bit soft, right? So, and impart some flavor into things. Well, that's happening. Jack's over there, I don't know, doing whatever he's doing. You're gonna take a bowl. You're gonna take roughly a third of your noodles.
When did you cook those?
That happens to me too today.
I cooked dinner and you're in the bathroom.
No, that I'm sitting right here and then I'm like, wait, when did that happen? Where do you put the sauces in?
After it comes off the heat. That's why it's like coming together a little bit, like all together. So, also now the chicken can go in here. So all the, like, the base ingredients for our soup are pretty much ready to go. And again, with this being as it is, all we're really doing is warming that chicken through. And it's, again, layering the flavor on top of each other here.
You could put some bok choy in there too. That'd be
You
good.
could put some bok choy. That would be a really good choice. Excuse me, I take my clacker.
You could put some mushrooms in there too.
Uh-huh. You could,
You not have to wear rubber bands anymore?
it broke.
Oh.
Oh, I put new retainer. I put new clackers in yesterday. My teeth really hurt.
Mm.
And I'm gonna eat skin though. Hello?
You're doing really well with keeping up on that. How many more weeks do you have?
This is week 7. I don't know. They tell me, congratulations, you're 1 week closer to your new smile.
But we're not going to tell you when the end is because, well, it all depends on how compliant you are.
I'm as compliant as they could be. And I always say that it's like the same as they always say to me. Make sure that you're brushing after meals or at least swishing your mouth with water. And I'm like, yeah, I am.
They probably have a lot of people that don't.
Yeah, one time they sent out a mass text to people that was like, You know, missing your scans is like missing an appointment. And I was like, I miss a scan. And then they sent out a follow-up that was like, sorry, that went out to everyone and not just the people who it was supposed to.
We shaming everyone.
Mm-hmm. 122.
What?
When that comes off 122, tell me. I guess I could look right here.
You mean 822?
That's what I said.
And you said it twice, which is why I was really confused.
Maybe I had a stroke. I don't know. So anyways, yeah, I found a dump guitar.
Dump guitar.
Probably cursed, but you know. What in life isn't cursed?
Right. This is a weird game you're playing.
I'm a weird guy.
22. Boom. Do it. It's still in the heat. I thought you had to turn the heat off.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Jeez, man. Follow your own rules.
That's going to add a nice additional, what, Amy?
Umami.
Layer of flavor. That's right. 2 tablespoons.
Might I suggest, go ahead. Now just put that right back in the cupboard.
Sorry. I already walked way over here.
Take it with you on your way back over there. You turd. Whoa, that was wild.
I forgot the tops off. It fell off when I opened it for the first time. I went to pour it and it went bloop into what I was pouring it into.
Oh, the little thing that slows it down?
Yeah. Give that a nice stir. Okay. Now, what tastes? See if we need any salt or anything. Oh, that's good. Might need a little salt when we put it in the bowl. But. Ladle. And now?
Look at that. He has a soup spoon. He's going to try this one.
So you're going to take this is, again.
It's pretty.
Pretty much it. Take some of these guys. A lot of these guys. Just seeing if I missed something.
That's yours. Nope. You try it in front of everyone.
Okay. Give it a little mix. Give it a mix. Get that sesame oil in there. The mess is great. It's not overpowering. It's really good. You get it with a little lit. I think it's wonderful. I would add maybe a little bit more soy sauce just to give it a little more, because it's low sodium, or add some more salt. But that is about it. Everything is good. The vegetables you want to have a little tooth to them. You do not want them to be mush.
You know what I really enjoyed were the slices of ginger.
They're like really good little surprises.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
All right.
And I actually didn't know that there were slices of garlic in there even.
Yeah, because they mellow and that
Yeah.
it really, but you're good. So
Delish.
like anything,
Takes time.
The broth itself, if we had used, you can use boxed or canned broth. Fine. That's what I did last time, and it was excellent. This is just going to be good for other things that I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
So take some time. Use store-bought noodles. Don't make your own. Like you can't really for these. It's not the. I don't have buckwheat, and I don't have buckwheat flour. So next week, yeah, we'll do something from the movies. I don't know. If you have, put them in the comments if you have ideas. 2 weeks we will be out, and then we'll be back and then out. Thank you for tuning in. We love you very much. And remember to be kind, be loyal, do something nice for somebody next week. We will see you then. And what's one of the other videos we got floating around here? Remember to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.